This is a job that needs doing as well. Look how filthy the boat is. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, I need to sort that out. Yep. That needs a good scrub, does that? Right. And look, I've got a big weed there growing out from under the boat. Yeah, I need to have a session of cleaning up, I think. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the boat, which is a 2004 Shetland Cadet Weekender. Right, so today's video is all about behind this board. It's the 12 volt electrics. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, so that's what we're going to do today. So I've got a carbon monoxide alarm on there. That's only just attached. That can just come off, I think. Yeah, that just slides off. I've got a couple of screws here. These pipes, I mean, they're to hold the board in, sort of keep it in line, I think, and keep it in situ. But yeah, I'm not having that. I want to create a panel in there that's got all the electrics behind it. So first job is to take this board off. I've only been going about 2 minutes and I've already warmed up, so the fleece is off. Right, that's all the screws out. So that just slides off those red sort of guides. I might be able to use that board again. Put that over there. Yep, over there. So there we have it. Let's have a closer look. So that is the extent of the electrics. This is the steering mechanism, and that goes back to the outboard motor sort of steering arms. These are your main, that red one there is your main feed in, which just goes to what looks like that, which is taped and then tees off through those fuses. One of them goes to the switch. Oh, look at that there, I've just noticed that. Oh, that's not good. Wow. To there, that one goes to there. That's the switch panel that's on the helm position. That's the sort of depth sounder and speed sort of gadget, speed gauge. These all go off to the nav lights on the outside of the boat, and that horrible light there. And that's about it. But as you can see, apart from those two fuses there is no fuse board. There's a nice piece of tape there, gaffer tape, holding that wire there. So and these big blocks. So yeah, I'm going to label everything up and then start disconnecting. So that cable, all that cable, is just for the speed gauge, which has got all sorts of loads of connections on there. That looks like that's a feed. That's a feed. So that's the cable coming in. Got all that, and then you can see there inside there's all these little connections here, but that I believe is the feed to there. That goes through the switch. There's loads of other wires there, but there's just that one, and then there's that one there connected to the negative bar. So that's the negative bar. So I think that can be disconnected, and we know what it is, but I'll probably label it up anyway. Right, so that's that off. I've just popped them negatives back on and just slip the nut back on, just to, so I know where they've come from. So that's the speed gauge disconnected. Now we need to tackle all this. This block here is annoying me. There's just 2 screws on the helm panel that I can just undo, and that should just come off, and that'll just give me a bit more better access to this switch panel. Right, let's take that off. Right, that's that out of the way. That's much better. I can see what I'm doing now. Okay, so basically what I've got here is that's the main feed from the battery. It splits into 2 wires. It goes through 1 fuse there, a blade fuse, and attaches to that switch, which then loops to that switch to feed those 2. And then the other one just goes to the other switch, which then loops to that switch, using a black wire then to a red wire, which isn't great, and that definitely isn't great. In fact, look at that. See, that's the kind of thing you've got to look out for. That could potentially, that's a main feed in that, and it's bare. So yeah, I'm really glad that I'm redoing all this. Right, so I know now what all this is, and what I will do is that main feed will come in and it'll just go to the positive connection on the top of this fuse board, and then it comes out then out of all these different fused sections, and then I've got me negative buzz bar, which is in effect that silver plate there. This will be my negative buzz bar for all the lights and whatever other appliance I have to come back to the fuse board, and that'll be mounted somewhere around like that and not like that. See, that switch there isn't actually doing anything because there's nothing. It's got a feed in, but it's not going anywhere, so that's a spare switch if ever I need it. So taking all these main feeds off. The battery's switched off, so there's no actual power here. That's a bit stiff, that one. There we go. Right, I'll untangle all that, and then we can see where we're at. There we go. That's the feeds all disconnected and untangled. I'm just taking the fuses out just in case I turn the battery on and I forget that I've got all these dangling, so they're out now, so that's made it safe. So like I mentioned earlier, these go off to the nav lights and this light, but I don't know which is which. So I'm guessing that one is going to be the light in the cabin, and these are all going to be the nav lights, but I don't know which is which. I don't know whether that's the port side or the starboard side. I don't know whether that's the steamer light, is it, or the one that goes on the transom at the back, or I think there's a light on the front as well. So I need to sort of know which one's which. So what I might have to do is put a feed back on there and then just connect these one by one through a switch, add the feed back on, and then just try each one, then I can work out which is which. It's quite good, this little crimp set. You've got the standard sort of crimp connector there, but then you've got the male version, which then pushes into that one, and it becomes like a connector, an inline connector. So that's quite useful, but I just need those just to put on each one of those wires, and then I can connect each wire individually to work out which is which. that's all the sort of positive feeds connected up. So we'll just try each one individually now. So I'm going to take the first one and just pop it on there, like that. Okay, and now we just need to put the power on at the battery and then check all the different lights. So, as is denoted there by the little sticker, that's the nav light switch. So if I press that, that will put all the nav lights on, but obviously we've only got one connected, so let's see if we can find out which one it is. No explosions, that's good. And there we go. First one we come to, that was a good guess. Port side. Right, let's get that labelled up. Right, that's that labelled. Let's try the next one. Okay, that's the next one connected. Place your bets. What's it going to be? Starboard, bow light or stern light? Right, we know it's not that one. Oh, look. Who said bow light? If you said bow light, 1 point to you. I'm saying bow light. That might not be technically correct. It might be steaming light. Not sure. If you know, put a comment down below. But I think I'm going to say bow light. I'll know what that is. It's near the front anyway. Right, you've only got two choices left now. So come on, place your bets. Oh, if you said starboard light, you are incorrect. It's going to be, should be a light at the back here somewhere. Where is it? Must be on that side. Let's go and have a look. Oh great. Just as we're about to open up the canopy at the stern, look who's here. Hello you. Not seen you in a while. Where's all your kids? Eh? Where's all babies? You're very clean, apart from your head. That's because you keep rubbing it on the on my outboard engine. Your plumage is in very good condition, isn't it? Eh? What have you been up to? Right, I'm going to open the canopy up at the back. See, in fact, can you have a look? See if that light's on. Is my stern light on? No, you're not helping? Okay, I'll do it. Oh, hello. You got another visitor. Do you want to get out? Should we let you out? Not you, the moth. There you go. Right, is that light on? Can you see if that light... Oh, your timing's impeccable. I don't like using that word when you're around. Where is it? It's down there, isn't it? Just where you are. Right, I'm going to come back to this. I'm not doing it while he's here. I'm going to be really brave now. You stay there. Is that on? Oh, what? Stop it. Right, I'm going to have to check the footage now, see if that was on. Right, I've just risked life and limb for your entertainment, but I've just checked the footage back and the stern light is on. So if you put stern light in the comments down below, or just guess stern light, then that's a point for you. But that's it now, that's game over, because the last one has got to be the starboard light, which we will check. So by process of elimination, that is the starboard feed, but we will just double check it. Tell you what, it's brightening up now, it's warming up as well. And there we go, starboard light. Right, so that's all the nav lights working. Right, I'm happy with that. They're all labelled up. I can now disconnect the negatives, snip that connector off, and label each of those, and then we can move on to the next stage. So I've now moved the main feed over to the, what I'm pretty much 100% sure is the light switch, but it is switched on at the helm control panel, and that's the light, but it's a bit rubbish because that's not doing anything. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, which is why I'm replacing it, but I'm pretty sure that is the light switch, light feed. So we'll label that up, and then that's pretty much it all disconnected really. I've just got the negative feed back to the battery, to the buzz bar, and that's just your negative feed for the light. So yeah, we can take that off really. The beauty about this is I can work on these electrics, but I can still drive the boat, because other than the speed gauge and the depth gauge, which I don't really need, I can still go out trips on the boat whilst I'm doing the wiring. Obviously not whilst I'm doing the wiring, that'd be a bit tricky, but yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just taking the this fitting down because I hate it, and I'm just going to test fit the one I've purchased, just to double check that is definitely the feed for the light. It is, but I need to prove it, and I want to get shut of that monstrosity. Right, I've just put them crimps on there temporarily. I've offset them so you can't get them the wrong way around. I've got a female on one and a male on the other, and then I've got the corresponding ones on this light fitting, which is really slimline, and I really like it. Right, let's get that connected up and see if it works. Power's back on, let's give it a go. So you've got main switch there in the middle. Ooh, ooh, blue. Oh, I like that. That's warm white, I'm guessing. Even brighter, more warm white. Cool white, is it? All right. And then you can dim. Oh, look at that. All sorts of options. You can dim and brighten on different settings. The blue, that's as low. All right. So the blue is just that. But that's, oh, I really like that. And then hold to press, is it? And that turns it off. Yes. And of course it does come with a remote as well, but I'm not going to try that. So obviously them connectors are going to have to go on the other side of the bulkhead, and then that can just be screwed up to there. Oh, that's going to be brilliant. That's going to be brilliant. That is probably as far as I'm going to go now. I've stripped everything out. I've labelled everything up. I know where everything goes. I can now start thinking about how I'm going to prepare this area here into a sort of switch panel or fuse panel, or whatever you want to call it, whether it's seen or it's not, it's hidden behind a board. I just haven't quite decided yet. I mean, this fuse board here does have indicator lights on, so if a fuse blows, one of these little LEDs just does come on, so it might be handy to have that sort of, if I can build a front here with a hole in it that will sit in, if you know what I mean, so that'll be showing, but the connections will be sort of hidden behind the panel, and maybe I'll do that. I don't know, but I need to have a think about that. But for now, I think we'll call it a day on that. So there we go. I'm going to call that part one. I've already done the intro in the previous video, but this is sort of part one of actually getting to grips with everything. I've taken that other piece of wood off there. That's not going to be required. I've taken the negative buzz bar off, the massive negative buzz bar. All these cables are just tucked out of the way. I'm undecided on this because I have seen a better sort of gauge for speed and distance. It's like a GPS sort of module. The only thing it doesn't do is the depth of the water, but I'm pretty sure when I'm driving down, when I'm navigating the canal, it's about 2 to 3 foot in the middle, sometimes maybe 4 at a push, and obviously it gets narrower as you get closer to the side of the canal, because it's sort of in a V shape like that. So that's not going to be an issue, I don't think, because it wasn't really working properly anyway. So I might take that out. That's something to think about. But for now, I'm leaving it at that. I've got some wooden batten that I used on the port side storage unit, and I'm going to think about building a framework and then fronting it with some kind of panel and maybe a light underneath, and then we'll just take it from there. So I hope you enjoyed that one. If you've got any comments, if you've got any suggestions of what I could do here, then please do leave them down below. I'm always open to suggestions. But yeah, if you enjoyed that one, give us a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Thank you to everybody that's got me over 4,000. I'm now 4,040, something like that, so it's still going up, but there's still so many of you that aren't subscribed, so please just hit that button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on my next video, every Thursday, 7 PM. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Part 2.